What's good, YouTube? What's good, Red Comic? Why you say right on time? You just sat down and relaxed or something? Red Comic was like right on time, right on cue. I just opened up YouTube app and sat down. What's good? It's my man Nord. Thank you for all the thank you for all the kind words too. I see you out there commenting on my interview. No doubt. I appreciate it. I definitely do. I see you. I see you out there commenting on my interview on Bullet SpongeBob. I'm trying to fix this. I apologize. Hold on. Hard to fit my big ass fucking head in here. What's good? You're a real legend. I appreciate that. That's too kind of you. On board, no doubt, Chris. What's good? Man, I just got out the shower. You ever get out the shower and you let the water just beat on you? And I'm almost like, it's hard to see this reflection on here. Hola. We got a hola. I need to shout out my Spanish listeners. Where's the video of Lawrence Rogers? The video that you mean the short film that I did years ago? You show all sides. I try to. I definitely try to. But a lot of people don't, obviously don't care too much for, I'm not a yes man, you know what I mean? I don't just sign up. I don't just sign up with any so-called movement. If I don't see eye to eye on them, I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna support it. Point blank. Some people don't like that, you know what I mean? That's when they turn on you. That's when you know who's who. By the way, this is just ginger ale. I don't really drink. Every once in a while I may have a beer, but I'm not really a drinker. Like, if I do, Corona is my beer of choice. All right, we got a little crowd here. Like always, I ask if you guys don't mind, guys and girls, finally get to say hi, listening and watching your vids. Thank you. Absolutely, thank you. You know, like I always say, it's facts, no doubt. That's right. Like I always say, I thank you guys and girls because literally this is your time. You guys could be doing anything else. You know what I mean? The one in front of Wegmans. Which one? There's been a few in front of Wegmans. And I'm sorry if I can't. I'm trying to make sure I see all these messages because they pop up and they go off so quick. But I always thank each and every one of you because you guys could be watching thousands of other. What's good, Bullet Sponge? Bob. What's good, my man? Thank you for coming through. That's what I like right there. See, he says howdy to Nord and everybody. You know, it's not just about me, but, you know, maybe everybody just comes together here. And see, that's what I like. Now, Nord is like, Bullet, yo, my brother. That's what I like. You know what I mean? Just a little networking and everybody kind of, it's a little get together. You know what I mean? Little get together on the social media. That's what I like. Wait a couple seconds here to get some more people on board, maybe, and I only see color of the hat is red. I'm sorry, that one went off so quick. As you guys and girls know, earlier I said I'd be on, and I wanted to talk about just a topic that has been on my mind, and maybe maybe it could I don't know, maybe it could serve as some advice or kind of like a alert. No doubt. Absolutely. We all care. Bullet sponge. Um, and I apologize again if uh, if I miss any comments. What I wanted to talk about, I don't know if you guys have seen. There's some videos that I call. I got to get back into making those that I call story time, and I'm gonna get back into making those because it's just sharing with you guys and girls different, things that have happened in my life or um, things I observe. You know what I mean? And once again, I repeat for all the new viewers that even though I've been labeled kind of like a one-trick pony when it comes to police accountability, there's a lot of other sides to me, and there's a lot of other things I'm passionate about. That's what I want to talk about. Listen, can somebody let me know how the audio is? I got like AC here in my home, and I want to make sure is there a lot of background noise, or could you guys hear me good? Plus, I got the scanner here in the background. I'll turn that off. Perfect. Beautiful. So what I wanted to talk about is this, and maybe you guys and girls love that boxing pick in the back. Oh, hold on. Okay. It's good here. Beautiful. Hold on. Before I get started, hold up. So I've shown off some boxing stuff in the past. I'm a huge boxing fan. Just checking in. Thank you. No doubt. And thank you for coming through earlier too, my brother. So this is Alexis Arguello. Any boxing fans out there will recognize Alexis Arguello and Aaron Pryor. Aaron Pryor signed this one. No doubt. No doubt, Jonathan. Aaron Pryor signed this one for me. This is Alexis Arguello. Hold on. Hold on for a minute. I got a video on here that actually shows a couple of ring magazines I have signed by both Alexis Arguello and Aaron Pryor. So this is another hot picture right here. This is Roberto Duran. I'm trying to put it so that there's no glass. Hold on. Roberto Duran, my son, when he was about 5 years old in this picture. Roberto, hands of stone, manos de piedra. Duran had just gotten his Hall of Fame ring. See the ring right there? No doubt. Alexis was one of the best, legend. So, no, that's okay. He said, sorry you got off topic. Nah, not at all, my brother. Never be sorry like that. I love sharing stuff, and I'm very passionate about boxing, and particularly, the fact that my son right here, this is my oldest son, met Roberto Manos de Piedra Duran. You see the ring right there? That's real, right? Yep. Hands of stone. That's right. So this is minutes. See, I'll do a whole story time on this one day because this picture right here literally is worth 1,000 words and some. So this is security at the Boxing Hall of Fame in Canastota, New York. More security. Yeah, this is Roberto Duran. This is my son. This is minutes after, hey, Davy, following from Corny, New York. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming through. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. I'm going to get to a topic in a minute, but quickly, I want to hit on this. So this is, again, Roberto Duran, my son, minutes after he got inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2007. My son was 6 years old in this picture. And he took a picture. My son at the time was like, who's that? And I said, one day you'll know who you just took a picture with. And now he knows. Yep. Absolutely. Hold on. Real quick, y'all got me started on the boxing now. Uh-oh, this is going to be a long live. Alexis Arguello. Triple G. Oh, I got Triple G all day. All day. I love Triple G, Red. I got Triple G all day against Canelo. I love Triple G. Um, so Alexis Arguello and my son. This is like 2 years after the picture I just showed you with Duran. So this is my son again. Alexis autographed those gloves. They're right here. They're right over here in my living room. I'm sorry about the glare. I'm trying to get it. Hold on. I'm trying to get it so that... There we go. A little better, right? Can y'all see that okay? Right there. So that's Alexis Arguello and my son. Hold on. We're not done. We ain't done yet. I had to get my big ass head in there. That's me. I know I had hair. Could you believe that? Look at my hair. Hold on. I had a little hair going on before the shave. Alexis Arguello, my son. The gloves are autographed. That's Alexis Arguello's autograph. Hold on. We got a couple more. Red, you still on, Red? No doubt. I'm sorry, I couldn't see that with the reflection. Is Red still on? Red, you recognize this gentleman in the middle? This is boxing historian Bert Sugar right there. Yep, that's right, Red. Autograph to David. Bert Sugar. And my son, that's the same day of the Arguello one I just showed you. Again, I got hair in their picture. So Bert Sugar right there. Hold on. We got more. I just don't have a lot of stuff up here hanging in my office, but my home office. That's dope, man. Thank you, Red. These are memories right here. Alexis Arguello after the parade. Hold on. After the parade, that's him and his wife on top of a car. Catastota, New York. There, you can see better right there. I got to make it to the Hall of Fame. Never been. We should go one day. We should meet up there. Absolutely. I haven't gone in years. Another one. Bert Sugar. That's right, Jonathan. Another one. Another one. Look at this. Alexis Arguello signed this one. I had the hat on and everything. Look at that. If anyone's been to the Hall of Fame, that's right across from the Hall of Fame. You see the cones, and that's the signs there for the throughway. Anybody that's familiar with the Hall of Fame knows that it's right off the throughway. Any hip hop? Hold on. Man, that went off. Send that comment again. I apologize. That one went off. Any hip hop fans out there? I know Red, me and Method Man. That's me and Method Man. Me and Tretch. Me and Tretch from Naughty by Nature. This is 1995 when I had my TV show, Keep It on the Real. Another one. That one I just showed you guys was in New Jersey, Illtown, East Orange. Shout out to East Orange. This is Rochester right here. Me and Tretch. I was interviewing him for my show, Keep It on the Real. KG, legendary hip hop. Got to find the magazines. I'll have them. I'll make a whole live just on that. The magazines I got with both Pryor and Arguello. So what I wanted to talk about is something that maybe some of you guys and girls can relate to. Maybe you have a loved one that's in a home, not so much a nursing home, but like a group home. You know what I mean? Maybe you have a loved one or know someone that does. So this is just something to be on the lookout for. Something that I've always noticed, and I notice more and more of it lately. I live just outside Rochester, New York, and I'm not gonna name the store right now or get into too much detail about what I saw recently as far as where it happened. Um, but I will say that there's home health aides. And if you're familiar with what a home health aide is basically it could be several things. It could be somebody that comes to the home, kind of works, part time or hopefully takes care of the patient. But it could also be a group home, in a group home where several disabled, special needs individuals live. Right? All right. So without getting into Jonathan said, "Look what I started." That's all right. I always enjoy that. Never apologize for that because I love sharing, especially when it comes to boxing or anything I'm passionate about. But I love basketball. My son plays basketball, football. But what I really love is the sport I love the most is boxing. So never apologize for that. I love sharing. I'm gonna share more. It's just that I don't have everything hanging up as you can see. All these things are on the floor here. All these photos. So again, back to the home health aid. Um, what I saw, I'm just tell you a quick little story, and we'll take it from there. So I was recently at a local store here in Brighton, New York. Hold on. And I was in line, and what I saw was there was a young woman, okay? And I'll tell you, there are many different types, absolutely. And I'll tell you what really, it kind of progresses, and you'll see. Let me just walk you through the story here. So I'm in line, and I had, maybe some Gatorade, a couple sodas, just a couple things to bring home, and I didn't want to stop at a big supermarket, food store. So I'm in line, and right in front of me, literally, the person that's checking out is a young woman, and I couldn't help but notice she has some candy and kind of some junk food, some soda. All right, I couldn't help but notice that she was using her a benefit card. All right, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you how the story goes. So cashes out, starts a small conversation with the cashier that she's shopping for her client. Okay? So, and that could very well be the case. All right? I know there'll be people watching this who will misconstrue this and spin it. People that, that are not fans of the channel or of me or don't agree with me. And that's fine. That's fine. There's always going to be folks like that. But I want to be as accurate as I can with what I saw and where I'm going with the story. So basically, started the conversation about, yeah, I'm getting these for my client and this and that. Okay, which doesn't matter, but anybody can eat junk food. But it was all just junk food and stuff. And obviously, she's paying with a benefit card, right? And if other states or even UK or whatever are watching, it's basically public assistance, and it's a New York State benefit card. And what happened was, I didn't really pay much attention to it other than the fact that, I'm waiting for my turn to cash out, right? And we've all been in that, right? We've all been in that situation where you're waiting for someone in front of you to cash out. Now, here's where kind of the story took a turn. And unfortunately, it happened so fast that even though I always advocate the right to record, and I'm always telling people, be ready to record, be ready with your camera, with your phone, happened so quick that I didn't even have time. And I'll tell you how it happened. So she's done after talking and joking around with the cashier, and I'm cashing out. By the time I cashed out, she was already gone. I had forgot about her. There's nothing to forget or remember. It's just that this person, again, was in front of me. So when the cashier bags up my items and I step through the foyer of the sliding doors in the store and out to the parking lot, I couldn't help but notice that right in front of the doors is a handicapped parking space. Now listen to this. This is where the story for me, and maybe for some of you, again, no disrespect, maybe some people will see an issue, maybe somebody will just won't agree that there's something here and that it's a pattern that I've noticed a lot lately. But this is kind of the most recent incident. And I'm curious once I'm done, any comments you guys want to share. So as soon as I'm leaving, there's a car, like a 2 or 3 year old beautiful car, black tinted windows, Acura. Nice, really, beautiful car. And it's in the handicapped parking spot. And real quick, I'm just going to interject this. A lot of you are familiar with my videos that I've busted cops parked in a handicapped parking spot, obviously, right? Against the law, obviously above the law, obviously that above the law entitled mentality that many cops have, right? Because of the badge and the uniform. All right. So that's why I'm mad at myself that it happened so quick that I didn't have time to record, because there was nothing. Okay, hold on. I skipped one little step. So as soon as the car backs out and I'm waiting because I don't want the car to hit me as it's backing out, right? I realized that the individual behind the wheel of this beautiful Acura sedan with tinted windows and the rims and the music bumping is none other than the young woman that was just in line, okay, saying that she was buying some munchies or whatever, right, for her client. The young woman that swiped the New York State benefit card right in front of me. So right away, a light went off in my mind. And again, because of the, line of, I don't want to say necessarily, I don't want to call it work, but because I'm passionate about issues such as anyone acting or being above the law, especially police officers, right? But also about an issue that's very, very prevalent lately, which is abuse of individuals in nursing homes, in group homes, right? And many individuals benefiting and using these disabled individuals, their benefits, their benefit cards, and much like the cops that I criticize, acting themselves above the law and misusing and abusing these individuals, right? Special needs, disabled, whatever the case may be. So I realized that she drove off and there was another woman in the car. They were laughing. They were bumping to the music. They're laughing. One of them was like opening the bag that, this woman had just purchased. So I couldn't help but think of a couple things right away. First of all, this woman, beautiful woman, was in her mid-20s, maybe mid to late 20s, able-bodied, right? Like I said, beautiful woman. She had and we all have seen it, she had the uniform, maybe not uniform, but the what do they call it, smocks or whatever, the home health aid, right? The top, sometimes it's flowery or it's got little teddy bears or whatever. She had the pants. We've all seen how the home health aides dress. And again, there'll be people who will criticize me for this, who will spin it, who will say, there's nothing there. But there is something there. This individual not only was, parked basically illegally. There was no, I forgot to leave this out. There was no kind of, I forgot to mention this. There was no handicap parking permit hanging. So here's my thing, okay? And maybe some of you won't agree with me. The way I look at it is there are individuals who abuse their authority, and it's not just police officers, okay? That's why I've mentioned in a couple lives the other day there was a bad the internet connection or whatever, so the live didn't go through. It cut me off. Bullet SpongeBob remembers that because he was on. And that's why I want to make this channel varied, not just about police, not just about holding police accountable, but nobody should act in any way, shape, or form. Nobody should behave above the law. Nobody should misuse and abuse their authority. Now, some of you might be like, well, Davy, it's a little bit of a stretch for you to say authority. We're talking about a home health aide. But is it? Think about it. And again, this is why maybe those of you or who know or who maybe perhaps have someone. That's why I started off like that. Someone who is disabled, somebody who lives in a group home. And I'll tell you why in a minute. I don't really mean nursing homes. There's other issues happening at nursing homes. There's abuse. There's physical abuse. We've all seen these Dateline type shows that they put these undercover secret spy cams inside a teddy bear, in a teddy bear's eye, or whatever, or in a wall, in a clock, right? And they capture disgusting abuse. We've all seen those videos, right? We've all seen videos of innocent senior citizens being abused, being mistreated, being assaulted by the very same individuals whose job it is, who have the trust of the family members of these senior citizens, right? To care for their loved one. And we all see how these individuals mistreat these folks who in many cases, and this hits home for me because as some of you may know, and I've shared this before, I don't talk a little bit. I look at both sides, covered on this one. Been there, saw that. Had to point out the difference. This just goes too fast. I couldn't really finish it. But I appreciate, and there is two sides. There absolutely is. And again, this channel, for those of you that are not familiar, it's not just going to be police related. I'm going to speak on issues that I'm passionate about. Senior citizens should be shown the utmost respect. Absolutely, Cynthia. Thank you. Some abuse, it is. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely, Bullet. So again, this channel is going to be about me talking about topics that I'm very passionate about. And not just police, even though many people, especially my critics, have labeled me, a one-trick pony. Oh, that guy just hates the cops, which is not true. But, that's what they say. So again, if somebody out there knows someone, a loved one or somebody who is in a home, this should, no pun intended, this should hit home for you. Because here's my thing. For over 20 years, I've been one of the most outspoken critics of police. You guys and girls have seen my video. They're all over YouTube. They're all over social media. They're all over the internet. On this channel alone, I have over 850 videos on this channel. And as quick as I am to call out corrupt, abusive cops, I enjoy the police videos, but this is a great topic. Absolutely. I appreciate it, Cynthia. As quick as I am to call corrupt, above the law, dirty cops are for abusing their power, like the RPD cops that I called out, and a lot of you have seen that video where they were parked and you could tell they gave two shits about being parked in a handicapped parking spot while he drank a bottle of water and had a stupid ass fucking smirk on his face. I'm sorry, but that's just, I get passionate about this because you guys and girls have seen that video, and if you haven't, look for it. That is one of my best videos to show just how some of these police officers give two shits about it. So, and here's my thing. For those of you, and again, I'm not selling you something here, so I don't have to convince anybody. But I still have it in me that I want people to understand where I'm coming from. I don't want to just say, you know what, I can give two shits if you disagree with me. No, I'm not going to be disrespectful. And if I can kind of sway anyone that's on the fence about, well, I'm not sure, Davey, I'm not sure if I'm with you on that, that's fine. But explain to me then how, if I, and not if, because I am, but I'm making an example here. If I'm as quick to call out individuals who have taken an oath to serve and protect, which I have called out and I do call out, right, all the time, think about it. Much like a police officer has taken an oath, has sworn an oath to uphold the Constitution, to protect and serve, right? Even though these individuals maybe haven't sworn to an oath, by the very nature of their work, these home health aides, okay, or we can go and say nurses, in nursing homes, but I'm talking more, and I'll explain why in a minute. I'll explain why I'm kind of focusing more in this video on this live on the home health aides, and you guys will see in a minute. Wouldn't these individuals and shouldn't these individuals who are entrusted to take care of disabled folks, of folks with special needs, of folks who can't take care of themselves, of senior citizens, shouldn't these individuals be held to the same standard that certain folks, such as myself, right, hold police officers? Think about that. They're both in a they're both in a field where they're supposed to protect people, right or wrong. Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, then please, I welcome anyone who disagrees. But the way I see it is these individuals, and I don't want to piss anyone off here, but I call it like I see it. Again, I can't control who spins this. I can't control who uses this for their own agendas because they're not, fans of me and my work or whatever. That's fine. I'm not here for likes. I'm not here for views. I'm here to express my point. And if it clicks with someone and somebody could, take it and do something with it, then great. But again, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm a minority, I'm Latino, I have black, I have African American children. So whoever wants to or chooses to misconstrue this, you're welcome. But what I've seen firsthand here in the Rochester, New York area, when it comes to home health aides, the majority that I see are women. And I don't know if it's just, obviously there are men in the healthcare field. There are men in home health aides. I've seen them. But the overwhelming majority that I've seen are women, and they're minority, just like me. Again, whoever chooses to spin this, that's on y'all. But my point is this. You'll see where I'm going with this. I really question, just like I question the individuals who choose to go into policing, who choose to go into law enforcement, right? And we all know that there's certain individuals who get into policing for the wrong reasons, right? We know that many times these overzealous, abusive cops are the same ones who were bullied in school, the same one who were racist, prejudiced in school, the same one who have deep-rooted issues, who have no business, being in a position where they're armed and where they're protected by the law, which we all see it all the time, right? When they shoot and kill someone innocent and unarmed, almost never anything happens to them. So much, I don't want to ramble on here, but, and I know I've rambled already enough, but my point is this. I question, and again, I know there are good people who get into being a home health aide, who get into the whole field of helping disabled and senior citizen folks for the right reasons. I truly do it. I truly believe that. I really, really believe that. Okay? But at the same time, I question, much like I question certain individuals that get into this field of policing, and I question their true motives, right? I also have to question certain individuals, and like I said, most of them just that I see in the field are women, okay? And again, not to say that there's not women. Again, people will spin this. There's women, there's men, there's people that get. Let me be clear about it and say it once and for all. I'm not going to keep repeating it. There's individuals. I have no doubt that there's individuals who get into the home health aid field with good intentions, and they truly their passion, their calling in life is helping folks, disabled, senior citizens, special needs, right? But I have to question these agencies, and I'm not going to get too much into detail now, but we'll make another video of this down the road. These agencies that I know here locally are always desperately seeking home health aides. So I question certain things. The screening, right? Are these individuals with addictions? Let's talk about it. Let's bring it out there. All right? Are these individuals who truly are getting into this field to help people with the right intentions, or are these folks getting into the field because they need a job? It's a good match because the agencies are desperately seeking candidates, right? They're definitely seeking employees, right? Home health aides. And what training do these individuals have? I'm not going to be ignorant here, but I know there's CNAs, there's certain degrees, but I also know for a fact that there are many entry level, get in where you fit in positions that these agencies offer. So it's something that I'm passionate about. It's something that I've seen firsthand, and I'll go around and then we'll get off this topic. And I'll sum it up like this: the reason why I question, and again, if anyone out there has a loved one who, who is a health aide, or if you yourself are in the health, in no way, shape, or form is this meant to disrespect anyone in the field. On the contrary, but certain jobs need a level of accountability, need a level of transparency, and need a level of, trust. And home health aides is one of them, because these are the individuals, again, that people entrust to help and to take care of their loved ones, whether they be disabled, whether they be senior citizens, special needs, all of the above, right? And one has to, I'm sorry, but if I'm in a store and there's, hold on, any company desperate will cut corner. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sorry, Red Comic. They go off so quick. But Red Comic said that is true. Any company that's desperate will cut corners, literally just to cover, just to have someone to send to these homes. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. And here's my thing, to sum it up. If I'm if I'm in line waiting to cash out, and I see a young woman, again, beautiful woman, 20-something years old, right? Able-bodied, right? No physical disabilities, no limitations to her, right? Young woman. And I see her laughing and joking and, just, bopping in the line, and swiping her benefit card, right? I mean, not her benefit card, but the clients, because she said it. I'm buying my clients, I'm buying my clients these munchies or whatever she said. Okay. And again, there was candy bars, a couple juice or something. I forget, but it was all junk food, right? And here's the thing, because the two go together, and I'm hoping I'm not losing you guys here and you guys are with me. Then for me to go out and see, much like these shameless in Spanish, any Latinos out here watching now? I'm Cuban, and we use the palabra. I almost went Spanglish on you. We use the word, palabra means word. We use the word descarada. Like I called the local judge here in Rochester, New York, drunk judge, hashtag drunk judge, Leticia Estacio. It goes farther than that, Davy. Oh, absolutely. I'm just scratching the surface. Trust me, we can be on here on so many topics. Absolutely. But you're right. It goes way farther than that. So, much like the cops that I called out, and please, if you haven't seen that video, look at it. 99% of home health aid companies now will let their employees do anything but laundry in the home. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I know they can do. They basically can do anything they want. So if my thing is this, if much like the descarado, much like the shameless, you know, cops gave two shits about parking in the handicap zone, right? Handicap parking spot. When I saw, here's where the story just really turned for me. And I don't know if you guys can kind of put yourself in my shoes. I'm curious. I'm curious what you yourselves would have thought, right? When I saw her pulling out of the handicap parking spot in what basically was a brand new car, music bumping, a young woman with her, okay? Uh, I was disgusted. I'm going to be honest with you. I was disgusted. And again, before anyone tries to spin this, because I know how the haters and trolls are. Trust me. There's a reason why there's no comments on my YouTube channel on the videos, because the threats, the harassment, the harassing my followers. But before anyone tries to spin this is coming from a Latino, a father of two beautiful African American and Latino kids. I grew up in Rochester's West Side, Ghost Town. Shout out to Rochester. Shout out to Ghost Town. But again, I'm not a yes man. Just because I'm a Latino, just because I'm a minority, just because I have children who are African American, I'm sorry. I'm not just going to go around giving free passes out to anyone who looks like me. I'm going to be blunt here. And if I offend anyone, then I'm sorry. You guys, there's other channels you could be watching how to, you know, whatever, Girl Scout cookies, or I don't know, other channels on YouTube you can watch. But if you want an honest channel, if you want someone who's going to talk about, no disrespect to Girl Scouts, by the way, that's just an example. But if you want someone who's going to hit on topics that maybe you yourself have kind of seen. In the 90s, there was a song. Who remembers CNC Music Factory? The song, Things That Make You Go, Remember that song? Anyone? Anyone? Don't just make me feel old here like I'm the only one that remembers 90s music. But there are certain things in life as we go on our daily lives, right? And go about our daily lives that literally make me go, And this happens to be one of them. And in Spanish, I don't know if, like I said, any Cuban, most are not allowed to go shopping for the, well, then maybe this was an exception. My thing is this. When I saw this young woman pulling out of the handicap parking spot, they do it on the side mostly. And that's what I'm getting at. When I saw her pulling out of the handicap spot, I was disgusted. And see, I don't like hypocrisy and I don't like double standards. For me to have just not noticed that and said, oh, whatever, it's not my business, that would be hypocritical of me. Because I'm the same one who roasted three Rochester, New York cops. I'm not sure if my man Red Comic's still with me. But he's been a follower for a long time. So is Nord. And I don't know if he's still on here. But he's seen the video that I'm talking about when I literally blasted, called out right in their face. Cameras to their face. The one cop was like, he didn't even know his badge number. For doing the same thing. So I'm not a hypocrite. And I'm not, that was a classic, man. No doubt, Red, you're still with me. Absolutely, thank you. That was a classic. That was. So I can't be, I've seen the video. No doubt. Thank you for coming. No doubt. Bob, right? I'm trying to see the, sorry. I'm right under a light right here. See this? And they got caught. Hopwood, yeah. They got, yes. Yeah, remember Hopwood? No doubt. See what I got right here? Watch this. I love Lego. Look what I got. Hold on. Look what I got right above me. I got it. Oh, whoa, whoa. Sorry. I got a light, but look what I got suspended from the ceiling. I got my Lego plane. Hold on. I got my Lego. Oh shit. I got my Lego airplane. I got my Lego airplane suspended. So again, I can't be hypocrite and I can't be double standard and I can't be two-faced, right? And the same way, my only thing is I wish, I wish when I had gone out, you know, she was just getting in the car, not just backing out, right? Because I didn't even have time. I didn't even have time to hit record. And, there's things like that that have happened to you guys. And again, no disrespect, that you don't have time to react. No disrespect to anyone. I'm sorry here. Trying to adjust the little tripod. I got a little tripod on my desk. No disrespect to anyone in the home health aid field who has gotten in that field to help folks because that is their passion, because that is their calling. If you're good and you have a good, clean conscience and you've gotten into the field to truly help folks with special needs, folks that can't tend to themselves, God bless you all. In no way is this a video putting down folks who are in the home health, who are in the healthcare field. Not at all. Absolutely not at all. Okay? But if you're someone that I suspect these companies like Red Red agreed and some other ones, some other folks, some other you guys and girls chimed in. If you're somebody who has gotten into a field simply because you need a job, which I'll respect. I'm not against anyone that needs a job, but if you've gotten into the field and have found a match being these desperate home health care companies and agencies, right? Who desperately want people, right, to come in and who, I forget if it was Red or somebody said, who cut corners every day, all day, right? All day, every day. And you are not really passionate about it and you got into the field for the wrong reasons and you are, because this happens. This is what I've left out, and I've left the most disturbing stuff for last. And I'll tell you what the number one hustle is, because I haven't told you what the hustle is, have I? Not yet. Here it goes. There are folks right now in the home health aid field who, again, have been entrusted to take care of folks with special needs, disabled individuals, disabled persons, and senior citizens, and who are basically pimping these innocent folks who many times can't speak for themselves, can't fend for themselves, can't defend themselves. And there are individuals right now donning a home health aid badge, name tag, uniform, abusing their power, much like a police officer abuses his or her power, right? There are folks in the home health aid field abusing their power, abusing the power, the trust, abusing the trust that has been put in them to take care of these folks. And the biggest hustle is that sometimes when you see a home health aid employee swiping a benefit card, who is to say that what they are purchasing is truly going to the person whose card it is, to the person who receives those benefits? Who's to say that? Because if I see someone who feels like she has the right to park wherever she wants, like this young woman did, right? Able-bodied, no disability, no handicap parking permit whatsoever on the vehicle. My dad used to say, and I've said this before, folks like Red probably have heard me talk about this. I think I told Bullet SpongeBob too this when I met and did the interview for him for his channel. My dad used to say, If you listen and look long enough and good enough and close enough to people, they will tell on themselves. Humans are a very interesting species. And if you are an observant person, and if you listen and you look and you pay attention, yep, absolutely, Bullet. And not just listen, like right now, some of you are listening to me, right? But I'm talking about if you truly have the ability and are tuned in where you're truly listening. Again, the key word is truly listening to what somebody is telling you. Or they don't have to be speaking to you. If you see and you're truly observant, they may be speaking to someone else, like this young woman was. If you have that keen sense of listening and looking and just seeing what's really going on in front of you in your daily lives, and you can apply this to anything, a relationship. If you're a woman and you think your man is cheating on you, are you really paying close attention to him? Because the signs, absolutely. Okay, Bullet SpongeBob is gonna go live in 2 hours. I'm there. If you're a woman watching this and you feel that your man is cheating on you, right? And you've seen some signs, usually, yeah, no doubt. Check out Bullet SpongeBob's new channel, Bullet Live. Bullet Live. And he's a good dude. I've talked about him. First Amendment auditor. There's a good interview that I did about a week and a half ago on his channel. Went back to my old neighborhood. So shout out to Bullet Sponge, and check out his new channel. Subscribe. It's called Bullet Live. Good dude, good man, from not too far from Rochester. So again, if you're a woman and you think your man is cheating on you, or if you're, let's be fair here, women cheat too, right? If you're a man and you feel your woman is cheating on you, maybe you need to listen and look a little closer, because humans are a very interesting species and they will tell on themselves. No matter what, they will tell on themselves. The question is, are you smart enough? Not to question anyone's intelligence. Smart is more than just 2 plus 2. I'm talking about, are you really opening your eyes and your ears to what's going on in front of you? And I know I'm rambling at this point. It's a Cuban and Italian thing. We love to talk, and I also do the hands. But again, something about this young woman and her descarada ways. Any Latinos watching? ¿Dónde están los cubanos, los boricuas? ¿Dónde están los puertorriqueños? Saludo a toda mi gente, a todos los latinos. Sorry, I gotta say a couple words in Spanish to make everybody, you know what I mean, feel welcome here. I don't get to talk a lot of Spanish. Something about seeing this young woman, people so busy looking at their phone. That's so true. That is so true. Absolutely. Absolutely. One of the best comments all night right there. People are so busy looking at their phones, and that applies to so many things. I mean, we don't even, who's with me on this? We don't even communicate with each other just in a friendly, respectable way when we're both walking, down the store or whatever, down the street, down the sidewalk. There's barely, I'm guilty of that. Red said, I'm guilty of that. There's barely any hello, any eye contact. I'm guilty of it too, Red. You're not alone. We all do it. I don't think it's intentional. I'm at Wegmans and I'm steady on my phone while I'm shopping. You know? I mean, I still try to keep it, respectful. And, I teach my kids the same way from an early age. All my kids. And it's one of the proudest things. Bullet says he's too damn ass friendly. Yeah, Bullet's a respectable dude, but I don't think we even do it on purpose, Bullet. I think it's just part of just part of today's society. You know what I mean? Um, One thing I'm really proud of, those that have children maybe could relate to this, is, and I've seen it firsthand. I taught my kids well. No one's a perfect parent. I don't want to hear it. Nobody's perfect, and but we try, right? We try our best. And one of the payoffs is when I see, and each of my children have done it, each them hold the door for someone, especially an older folk, anyone. But it's a special feeling when I see that because you feel like, man, I got something right, right? I taught them. I'm very old school, so it's like I was taught at an early age. You see someone come behind you, worst invention ever is a cell phone. What's good, David? Oh man, I agree with you, but I disagree. I mean, the phone has helped a lot, David. So I mean, I gotta kind of disagree with you a little bit, but I think I know where you're coming from, my man. Um, but it's not just the phone; it's the way it's used, misused, right? Like anything. But I see where you're coming, except for the camera and video. There you go. Okay, now we're good. There you go. My man was like, "Oh shit, let me amend this. Let me." My man Dave was like, "Shit, hold on. Let me clarify what I meant." I'm with you on that. Except for the camera and video, phone is the worst invention ever. I'm with you on that. The smartphone. I'm with you on that. But again, there's very little respect. And so when I see my kids hold the door for someone, I'm like, man, something that I taught them that was instilled in me as a child, and I've tried to instill in them. At least I feel proud, right? Like, man, something has stuck, right? And they've always done that on their own. I haven't ever had to really tell them, maybe when they were little, right? That's how I taught them. But nowadays, they'll do it on their own. I don't have to say nothing. They'll hold the door. I went to the post office the other day with my son. He held the door for the woman. I mean, older woman that was coming in. I mean, without me even having to remind any of them, they do it on their own. Some can abstain, some use. It's always left on the person to learn how to limit. Absolutely. As far as the phone, absolutely, Bullet. It's like anything in life. You can abuse anything, alcohol, coffee, right? I mean, so listen, I promise just one more hit on this. Something about me seeing this young woman have the descarada. That's why I said any Latinos out there, descarada, you guys know what the word means. For my non-Spanish speaking folks, viewers out there, I appreciate y'all. Descarada, look it up, means shameless. So something about me seeing this young, beautiful, able-bodied woman in her home health aid attire, swiping her client's benefit card, like that's what she told the woman behind the counter, and me seeing her pulling out of a handicapped parking spot that is reserved for people with disabilities, that shows me that she gave two shits. And I look at her the same way I look at these cops who get into policing for the wrong reasons and who feel entitled and who feel they have the badge and the uniform and I can do whatever I want. That's the same attitude, the same entitled mentality that I can't fucking stand. Same shit. The only difference that I saw in her backing out of the handicap spot is absolutely, David, most cops were bullied as kids. Absolutely. Then they get in a field and they want to bully innocent people. The only difference that I saw in that young, able-bodied young woman pulling out and a cop parking in a handicapped spot, like the video that a lot of y'all have seen when I roasted those 3 RPD cops, is the fact that she didn't have a police uniform. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. Because I saw that same attitude of, I give two shits, I park wherever I want. So I'm sorry, but somebody like that has to be questioned and has to be looked at. Because if that same individual with that same mentality and that same attitude of not caring, if that person, and she does, is entrusted in a position to take care of special needs folks that can't defend themselves and speak for themselves in many cases, that's a lot of power. To have somebody's benefit card, in my opinion, is not no more different than having somebody's bank card. No different than having somebody's cash money. And I'm sorry, with the attitude that I saw and that, you know, I'll do whatever I want, park wherever the fuck I want, somebody like that, I have to question, did they get into this field for the right reasons? Or are they in a position where they can abuse the very same folks that they are supposed to be taking care of? So, in wrapping this up, if you have a loved one, if you know someone who has a loved one in a home, and I never got to the part about the nursing home, why I'm not so much focusing on nursing home. On nursing homes, let's get this clear real quick. Nursing homes, there's a different type of abuse. It's a physical abuse, which again, we've all seen these shows like Dateline with the undercover spy cameras catching nurses abusing senior citizens, right? And disabled folks in nursing homes. The reason that I'm not really hitting on the nursing homes is because what happened here, she was more of a home health aide that works at a home. Because in a home, there's sometimes as little as 5 to 8, sometimes maybe less, individuals. It's not like a big nursing home, right? And there's more like it's a fewer amount of folks with special needs or disabilities or whatever at these homes, at these group homes is what they're called many times. So this clearly was somebody who was using one of her clients' benefit cards. And, so that's why I'm not focusing so much on nursing homes. When people, at least from my experience, when I've seen folks in nursing homes, it's, the workers, the nurses don't really tend to go out shopping with the person's benefit cards. That just doesn't happen really, as far as I'm concerned. At nurse, most people are afraid when cops get behind them, not feel safe. Look at the studies. Absolutely, David. Oh, absolutely. So again, if you have a loved one in a nursing home, in a group home, I'm sorry, in a nursing home, you need to be aware of a different kind of abuse, of physical abuse. But if you have a loved one or know somebody who has a loved one in a group home, living in a smaller facility, right? Please be aware, or please tell your friend if they have someone, or your family member, anyone that you know that has a loved one in a group home. Please look into that. Make sure there's got to be a way to check if their benefit card is being used, if it's being used for other stuff. Like I said, who's to say that this woman isn't using that card for whatever she wants? She could be buying food for her, right? It happens. It's happening as we speak. It does happen. So enough of that, I guess. And I kind of really rambled with that. But again, I'm just real passionate about it. And as somebody who has stood up to injustices and who has stood up for those, afraid maybe or not sure that they could voice their own opinion, or unsure that their voices will be heard when it comes to police corruption and abuse. And as somebody who has advocated, for the First Amendment right to record, like Bullet SpongeBob, who's an auditor, there are other things that have nothing to do with police that I'm passionate about, and this is one of them. So whether or not you disagree, I would hope that you at least respect the fact that this is just another one of those topics that I'm very passionate about. And real quick, if anybody caught my earlier live where I told folks to join me for this live, I also said I would be talking about something else that's come up, but I've been on here over an hour now, hour and 6 minutes going on. So I'm going to wrap it up in a minute, but I will make another video about that, and it's basically about. I'll just give you a little preview. It's about. I joked earlier about no pun intended, but with social media, it's made me a little bit antisocial, and I'll explain in the video more. But it's basically about a couple incidents that's happened recently where people, people recognize me all the time, and most people are cool, and they'll come up to me, and some people won't, some people will just stare and they won't come. Some people will come, they'll say hi, and I enjoy it, you know what I mean, because I don't have a problem with that. But at the same time, because there are trolls, because me and my family have received threats, because my children have been stalked at school, because there are very disturbed individuals who Monroe County, New York area law enforcement are very aware of and have basically, in essence, given a free pass to because of who I am. They've looked the other way. Um, and trust me, they know. Law enforcement is they're huge on the low fans of this channel, and they watch all my social media. Trust me, I know this for a fact. I'll get into that another day. um, they would be surprised what I know. They would be surprised. um, but there's just something that I've noticed, and I'll make that another video only because this one has gone on longer than I thought. But I'll just talk about that and why it's a little bit mixed reaction on my part when somebody approaches me. And simply put, I'll just say this because I don't really, they are a gang too, the biggest one there is, of course, of course. Um, so yeah, I'll get into that video. That'll be for another life. Listen, once again, I want to end with this. I want to thank everyone that tunes in, not only for the live, but everyone who will tune in afterwards, because obviously this video gets uploaded, um, and anyone can watch it at any time. I really want to thank each and every one of you. I appreciate y'all, and as you know, and I've said it on other lives, the good thing about the live is that we get to interact like this, especially that I've blocked comments, and I'm not going to get into it, but I already explained why I've blocked comments. There's been threats. There's been, just very disturbed individuals who have nothing better to do. And in many cases, these individuals have gone after other folks that comment, good comments, followers, you guys, fans or followers, supporters. And then in turn, these folks have been subjected to harassment, to threats by these very disturbed individuals. So that's why comments are blocked. And I always try to remind in every video, I try to briefly point it out, um, or every other video, so that if anyone wonders, why are comments blocked? In some videos, likes are blocked. I could care less about that. You know what I mean? In the 1990s, I had a TV show, cable show, Keep It on the Real. I just showed you guys earlier the Method Man picture, the picture with me and Tretch. And it was a one-way thing, meaning it was cable access in the 90s before YouTube, 10 years before YouTube at least. And it was very much, a one-way thing. People really couldn't comment. And it's not that I don't enjoy comments, but I don't enjoy allowing these very disturbed individuals to have a platform to spew their hate, right? And their very disturbed, uh, behavior. And I refuse to give them that platform. So unfortunately, that's why comments are blocked. But that's why lives are so important. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I thank each and every one of you. Whoever, I don't know if Red is still on it, but whoever actually stuck through, it's been an hour and 9 minutes, going in an hour and 10 minutes, one of my longest lives ever. I appreciate it. And I thank you for sticking through. No doubt, Bob. You take care too, my man, and thank you for coming through. And I mean that. You guys could be doing anything else. Um, Good man here. I reached out and was very helpful, David. No doubt. Appreciate it, David. Appreciate it, my man. So again, you know, thank you for tuning in, and we'll have another one real soon. All right, everybody have a great night. Peace.